This next news story comes to us from Kat Bailey over at IGN. Activision opens a new studio tasked with creating narrative-based AAA franchises. Activision has announced the formation of Elsewhere Entertainment, a new studio it says will focus on developing a narrative-based and genre-defining AAA franchise. Elsewhere Entertainment, which is based in Warsaw, is Activision's second Polish studio after the Krakow-based Infinity Ward, Poland. The studio has been working behind the scenes up until now, but this is its first public unveiling. According to the blog post revealing the new studio, Elsewhere Entertainment's team includes storytelling experts who have previously worked on franchises including The Last of Us, Uncharted, The Witcher, Cyberpunk, Destiny, The Division, and Far Cry. It is currently recruiting developers in hopes of creating a state-of-the-art, the next-generation gaming experience, which IGN understands is not a Call of Duty-related project. Little else is known about Elsewhere Entertainment's first franchise, though the post does mention the studio hopes to craft a franchise with an enduring legacy that resonates far beyond games. That would seem to point to a transmedia franchise that would try to replicate the success of The Last of Us and Fallout, or maybe just get its own theme park. To this point, Activision has been mostly known for its work in Call of Duty series, with Crash Bandicoot developer Toys for Bob opting to go independent following the Xbox acquisition. In addition to the Crash Bandicoot games, Activision Publishing has also released Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and Destiny. Elsewhere Entertainment's opening stands out in an industry that has lately been rocked by layoffs. And last week, Activision Blizzard parent company Microsoft closed multiple studios, including Tango Gameworks and Arcane Austin. Activision Blizzard was also impacted by layoffs in the early part of 2024, with Blizzard being particularly affected. It's unclear when Elsewhere Entertainment's game will be released, though based on existing development timelines, it's likely to be a few years yet. In the meantime, Activision appears to be preparing to reveal the next Call of Duty at next month's Xbox Showcase, which is set for June 9th. So wild news to show up on my feed when I saw that Microsoft's like, you know what, it's a good idea right now. We got all this extra cash now. Let's fire up this new studio. No, that's not true. By the sound of it, this has been a process. Like, it's already been working behind the scenes. It doesn't say for how long, and then they're just now publicly unveiling it. But I don't know. It's still.
I feel like you could have held back on the announcement for a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
a couple more weeks. I think. I agree. I think this wasn't. This is just horrible timing. I think they had this in the works for a long time, and it just. It happened to be on the heels of, you know, one of the worst moves that they've made as a company recently.
Yeah. The only reason I could see this as making sense, because in my mind, it's like, well, if you don't have anything to announce, why do this? And I was like, oh, the only reason they're doing this is
recruiting.
What's that?
Recruiting.
Recruiting, or because they just said on June 9th, there's going to be a showcase where they're going to show off all new Xbox stuff. I wonder if there will be a trailer there, even if it's just like a 2-second, like OD style trailer that they did, where it's like the Kojima game, where it's just like, you know, short, doesn't really show much, just like a teaser of a teaser of a teaser, and it's going to have Elsewhere Entertainment just get to everyone super hyped for something. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, why would they need to announce this studio even exist right now? Why couldn't they have waited? Like the 9th, that's just in a couple weeks. Like, they could have just waited the 2 weeks, given the news cycle enough time to churn for a little bit here. You know, give a little space between the shutdowns, let Summer Game Fest happen, and then be like, oh, by the way, here's a new studio. But the fact that it's a week after those shutdowns, I'm like, there has to be a reason, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if there is something going to be announced at the showcase, kind of showcasing what their game might be, what their project might be. At least like a very light teaser. I don't know. That's my 2 cents.
No, I agree. I feel like I would lean more towards, I think it's more for recruiting and also to get it out of the way, right? If their name's already mud, why not just do it now? And then, you know what I mean? Just do it now and have your name be mud for a little while longer, and then have it all cleared up and under the bridge before June 9th starts, right? Before the showcase starts. That would be my thinking of why they went ahead and just did it now. That and recruiting, because they need more bodies. But do you think that they gave this people at the studios that closed, do you think they gave them the option to even try to transfer over to this new studio? Or do you think they kept this under wraps from everybody and then announced it? Because I feel like if they would have given people who were losing their jobs the opportunity to be like, hey, you know, we're letting you know behind the scenes, we're shuttering your studios now. Look, a job is a job.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you guys got families and you're not going to be able to do it, but at least we give you the option to do so.
I feel like
Microsoft wouldn't have been as bad off now, you know, versus just shuttering the studios, right? Because then they could have came out and said, well, hold on. We did offer everybody a job at this new studio. And, you know, and to those who could meet those standards and to those who could, you know, take that opportunity, we did offer it, you know?
I'm right there with you. I would have hoped they would have done that. Like, they might not have, just depending on the timing of things. But sometimes, obviously people who are working within a big business like that, like they do hear things, they do know things before the public does. And that's why leaks happen and rumors are popping up. So maybe there's a chance that could have happened. And I really hope that's the case, that they offered positions like that. But I don't know. I have a suspicion that maybe they didn't. I don't know. I don't know why.
It's wishful thinking. I don't think they did.
It's just the cynicism, but I have a feeling it's like, oh no, they probably didn't, and it's kind of sad. But
no.
But I was trying to think in my head, what are some of the other? So there's Activision, there's Blizzard. They used to have Toys for Bob, and then they went independent. What other studios? There's King. That's it, right? Like so it's just basically this Activision, Blizzard, and then King. There's no. Is there any other studios in that trio there?
No, those are the big parent groups.
Right. Okay. So is this under Activision, or is this like next to Activision? Is it going to become like the 4 now? Is that what's happening?
No, I think this is under Activision.
Okay. That's what I'm wondering then. What are some other Activision studios? Activision, because that's
Isn't Treyarch in all them, and Infinity Ward and all those guys, aren't they under Activision?
You're right.
Raven. Before they went independent, Toys for Bob was under Blizzard, right? Or no, were they under Activision?
So there's Activision Shanghai, there's Beenox, there's Demonware, Digital Legends, Elsewhere Entertainment, High Moon Studios, Infinity Ward, Raven Software, Sledgehammer, Solid State Studios,
Sledgehammer,
Treyarch. Yeah. So interesting. So 1, 2, 3, like 4 of those are Call of Duty studios. I don't know what the other like 5 or 6 are doing. I feel like you never hear anything.
Call of Duty support.
I guess. Yeah. What has Beenox done lately? They've done support on Call of Duty games, and
told you
they co-developed the iOS game.
I would hate working at Activision because you're gonna be working on Call of Duty no matter what.
Apparently not now. That's the whole thing with Elsewhere, as they keep saying. It's not.
We'll see. We'll see.
Connected to Call of Duty, but. Yeah,
we'll see.
I hope that's the case.
This project that they work on might not be connected to Call of Duty, but they're going to be doing something Call of Duty related. Even if it's a small portion of the team, somebody at that studio is going to be running support for Call of Duty. Mark my word.
There's someone, even if it's just one person in a broom closet, like they have them doing like just cleaning up bugs and stuff. Oh man. That's both kind of shocking, but also it was shocking to hear initially, but I think ultimately this was in the works well before that, and it's just poor timing. So put away your pitchforks. You don't need to go after Xbox yet. Let's give them at least till June 9th. Let's watch a showcase and see what if they have anything going on here.
Make or break. Make or break.
Thank you so much for watching that clip from our podcast. Remember, if you want to watch the whole episode, the full episode, link will be in the description below. You can click on that and check it out. We got listener questions. We got more news segments. We got what you playing. We got a lot of fun things. So yeah, more than just the news. There's a lot more to the show that you should go check out. So remember, click that link in the description. Check out that full episode.